students of GB Vico Scientific High School. We are following a stage and now we will show you how to build a photovoltaic system of 20 kW. This is a photovoltaic panel. Photovoltaic panel can transform the solar energy into electric current. Photovoltaic panel can also work with artificial light, but in this case it produces a different quantity of energy. Generally, we think that if the solar energy is higher, also the quantity of energy produced is bigger. But it's not like this, because sometimes if the solar energy is too strong, the panels start to decline. Behind the panel we have two wires. One is positive and the other is negative. Panels are realized in a silicon material called silicio. We have three types of panels: amorphous, monocrystalline and polycrystalline. The one we see here is in polycrystalline. Now we are going to measure the voltage of the panel with the voltmeter. We put the voltmeter on 200 volts. This is the positive wire and this is the negative wire. For which we are is plain, so to install the panel we have to use special aluminium anchors.
We take two panels very softly to the earth, and the proper tools serving us assemble this superior asta. Take care now of the inferior asta. To do these jobs, it's necessary that there are two people. Anchor now the whole thing on your own media, being careful to tighten the top screws, first and then the lower. The entry panel is presented in this way. From each string should come out just two wires, the positive taken from the first panel of the string and negative pole taken from the last panel of the string. After having laid the cables, it proceeds to weld the respective panels. We use a tool called electronic welder. On the first panel of the string, the cable must be welded to the positive pole, while on the last has to be paid on the negative pole. We have these two wires we will later connect, being now helped by paper roll scotch. Let's prepare two plates, writing on them ST1 plus and ST1 negative. In other words, string 1 positive and string 1 negative. Then we apply them to the wires in this way, in the manner of flag. We will do the same for the other two strings. The framework of fields has inside some elements such as breaker circuit, diodes and surge arresters. The internal connection can be made right here on the field, or can get the picture already full. In this case, the framework of fields is already wired. Then you may proceed to connect the four wires coming from the first two strings. The assembly of the system will stop here. But in fact, to complete the installation, you need to install other components and make other connections. The last thing we want to show is the connection of the panels of the string. As we see, every panel is equipped with the so-called quick fit connectors. Once you have done this, you are in position on the circuit breakers into the framework of field. At this point, we have voltage at the output of the string that we measure. The energy produced by a photovoltaic system can be used for two aims. It can be used to power the house or the building on which the plant is installed, or it can be sold to the owner. In this case, we have to change the type of energy because the energy produced by the photovoltaic system is different from the one that Enel sends. Precisely, we have to change the DC voltage into AC voltage. We use to change it the inverter. From the framework of 5 come out 4 wires, 2 positive and 2 negatives. We connect these 4 wires to the inverter. So these are the wires that arrive to the inverter. We are approaching the conclusion of making you see the so-called general framework, in which the output voltage of the 6 inverter are proprietary combined by releasing a simple so-called three-phase voltage. The energy produced by the plant is measured using the current transformers passing through the meter.
Phase, we show you the analysis cost and benefit of the entire operation. Promise that the cost of photovoltaic incentives are constant changed. To date, 2014, by 20 kilowatt system costs about 40,000 euro. Let's notice what are the benefits for the final user in case of grid-connected system. The user has two conditions. In the first one, PV system gives energy to the house and to the grid. In second one, the house absorbs energy from the grid. The Enel counts both the cases, and it may occur two hypotheses. In the first one, the user absorbs more than he produces. In this case, the house draws energy from the grid. In the first one, the user consumes more than he produces. In this case, the user draws energy from the grid. In the second one, the user produces more energy than he consumes. In this case, the Enel pays that energy 9 cents kilowatt-hour. We have to say that till some years ago, with the energy bill, the benefits for the user were much bigger than even if the costs were higher.